Good morning, it's Barbara. It is breezy and chilly, but I'm going out anyway because it's kind of beautiful. Good morning. Oh, we have frisbee going on. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It is chilly out here, you saw, and I'm wearing my Paloma, which is an elbow-length sweater. It's a crop, and I have a turtleneck that I fold down sometimes. I wasn't sure if it was going to be warm enough. I'm still not positive. But I can always go grab my Korean, put it on top. I did make, the sleeves are completely different than the pattern. The Paloma is by Espace Tricot. It's a free pattern, pretty sure. But the pattern has a long bell sleeve. I'm not a fan of bell sleeves. I like to roll up my sleeves. I like to push up sleeves. I usually wear my sleeves at 3/4, except when I'm really cold, and then I pull them down. So I'm not averse to knitting a 3/4 sleeve. This one turned out to be elbow length, and it's worked for me fine. It's a crop, so I have something under it. Anyway, that's what I'm wearing. Paloma by Espace Tricot with a change to the sleeve, but it's got this nice detail. And if you like a bell sleeve, there you go. The yarn is a 100% alpaca yarn that I got many years ago in Peru at the Indian market. And when I put this in Ravelry and when I've looked at it subsequently, it's Indicita is the brand name, and the only other stashes that have Indicita all came from the Indian market in Lima, Peru. So I don't think you can buy it. But I went crazy. I bought pounds and pounds and pounds of it. Pounds of it. I got every color that was kind of a natural color. This is one of my favorite colors. You know, pure, almost pure white, light gray, dark gray, medium gray, dark gray, black, maybe not black, maybe super dark gray. The only color, and then beige, a couple beiges, and the only color that I got that wasn't some version of what I considered a natural color was burgundy. But I got a ton of it. And then I had all this, you know, yarn that in theory you can't make into a sweater, but in fact you could make it into a short-sleeved cropped sweater. Alpaca usually is better and I've made several shawls out of it. You know, it's striped into things. I still have a lot of it left. But I have found that this 100% alpaca worked fine with a cropped short sleeve sweater. So there's that. So yesterday I had a list of correspondence I wanted to do. I did mail the 2 packages and wrote notes in those 2 packages, and that was it in terms of my correspondence. So I have more correspondence for today. Big shock there. Kim came, and so we hung out in the afternoon with Kim. Dennis and I went shopping while she was here. Grocery shopping and dog walking and all the things. But we hung out, visited, and that was nice. And I knit. I finished it. I cast it off. You cast off, bind off. There you go. My road trip cowl. I didn't have a pattern for this. I just, you know, cast on a bunch of stitches that I thought would be enough, and I think they are. And the pattern is just a broken rib, 4 rows and of knit, purl, and then 4 rows of purl, knit, and not always 4 rows because sometimes I forgot and blah blah blah, but it gives a very nice texture. on a very busy yarn. And the yarn, I even brought my bag out here so I could remind you what the yarn is. But I didn't want to make it just, you know, I don't know, stockinette or whatever. And it worked out great. So the yarn I bought in Boise is by Trilogy Yarns, and it is Glamorous is the base, and the color is Unicorn Farts. And I bought two because I had no idea what I was going to do. I originally thought I was going to make like a rectangular shawl, but I realized that I have one that I love. It's my bypass shawl that I made while I was sitting with my mom in the hospital when my dad had his bypass operation. He was in the hospital for 10 days, and Mama and I went to the hospital for 10 days and sat and kept him company. Mama read to him and I knitted. It was a big shawl, and it took a long time, and I find that I take it with me when I travel because it seems like a big enough shawl to like keep you warm on a plane. But it's a good size to just wrap around your neck like a long scarf, and you don't have to fuss with it. So I find I've been feeling like, you know, with my triangular shawls you kind of have to fuss with, and you don't have to fuss with that. But I do find that I don't use it at home. It's my travel shawl. I haven't been traveling very much. I did take it with me to Idaho, though. Which is why a rectangular shawl was on my mind while I was there. But I'm not even sure that 2 skeins would have been enough, to be honest. So anyway, so I finished my cowl, and I love it. I love the colors. It was just what I needed, something bright and cheery. It was reminiscent of the yarn colors that I had bought to make my mom a shawl out of acrylic so that they could wash it and dry it at her place of residence, because they do kind of industrial laundry. They don't, you know, separate anything or anything. But I didn't get very far. I wasn't enjoying the yarn particularly. I didn't get very far before she passed. So I decided I wasn't going to continue with that project. But I got a yarn colors that had the same colors. I mean, this yarn is much more yummy. But it reminded me. The pinks, the dark pink, yellows. Anyway. I'm being drawn to pinks these days, I've noticed. So I finished that last night. So the only thing that is in proximity on the go is my Montrealer, which I really, really want to continue with because I really want to have that sweater. I'm about 4 rows from splitting for the sleeves. So my goal this week is to split for the sleeves. We'll see how I do. Once I've split for the sleeves, it's just round for, you know. It's like a sweatshirt. So it's going to be round for 12 or 14 inches under the sleeve. Maybe more. We'll see. And then I have to do like the kangaroo pocket. And then I have to add a hood because it's going to have a hood. So that's my knitting plans for the future. And I also might be making more chemo hats. We'll see. I sent the hat yesterday, and we'll see if it works for her. If it does, I'll get more of that yarn and make her more hats. I think I'll make her a muscle burrow with that yarn because it's cotton, and I don't know how warm that hat is going to be in the dead of winter, and it gets really cold where she is. So I'm going to see about making a muscle burrow out of that yarn, and then it'll be a double layer and it'll be warmer. If the yarn works for her, I asked her to let me know. So I'll be doing that in addition to my Montrealer. That's my plan. And Dennis has put in a request for a hat. You know, and his hat that he lost was cashmere, so I'm gonna look to buy some cashmere because, you know, who wouldn't want to? Although he says I really like that color. It was a dark brown. It was like a chocolate brown. It was yum, but it, you know, it's wonderful to knit with cashmere if you can do it. So I can do it for a hat. Can't make a cashmere sweater, although I do have recycled cashmere. My friend Simona has a Etsy shop where she sells, it's the Recycled Yarn Company, and she goes to like Goodwill and thrift stores and finds cashmere sweaters and she unravels them. So I have some yarn from her, some beautiful sort of a teal yarn. I have 2 giant rolls. Because those cashmere sweaters are like made with lace weight yarn. So I will have to hold it double for sure when I knit with it. And I've had it for a long time and I haven't knit with it. So but Dennis doesn't want that color anyway, so he can't have it for his hat. So that's my knitting plans. I have some books that I bought that I haven't read. I guess I go in cycles, like I'm reading every day, and then I'm knitting. I tried the other day to listen to a book. That didn't work because I fell asleep. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. I'm going to try again. Maybe that book isn't quite as riveting as I need to keep me awake in the evening while I knit, but we shall see. But I've been rewatching things I've seen before, and so I can knit and rewatch something. So there you go. So today I have thank you notes to write. I don't have to go to the post office. I can put them in my mailbox. Oh yeah, I went to the post office yesterday. I'm just trying to think of things I did because, you know, it's not much. It's pretty puny. Cleared the table so we could eat at the table. Went to the, you know, whatever. Anyway, so today I have cards to write and emails to write. We'll see how I do. Yeah. I took the packages to the post office. So I have manila envelopes this big, you know, the regular, you know, and I put the hat in one of them. I thought it would be safe in there. The only worry is if it gets holes poked in it. I mean, because it is paper, so it could tear. But I sent that. The envelopes were exactly the same. One had 2 thin magazines in it, and the other one had the hat. $5.50 to mail the hat, which was extremely light. I mean, extremely light. Probably, I don't know, 30 grams of yarn. I should weigh the rest of the yarn. It might have been 50 grams. I mean, it was very light. And these 2 magazines, which were much heavier, the hat cost $5.50 to mail and the magazines cost $4.50 to mail. I'm like, she's like, well, this is a parcel. The hat was a parcel and the magazines were a letter. Exact same envelope. I'm like, okay. If it were a paper hat, it would have been cheaper. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Exact same size package. Although, of course, the hat had a little squish to it. I mean, the parcel, it wasn't, you know, completely flat. But anyway, so I just laughed. What are you going to do? And it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to drive up to State College to deliver it. So there you go. Meanwhile, so today I'm going to do my correspondence. Dennis is making soup for dinner, so I guess I'll make popovers to go with our soup. And yeah. I think that'll be it for the cooking. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, no, I didn't. I was going to say I forgot to give Kim more biscotti to take home, but I did give her more. I did give her more to take home. We just don't eat it that fast, and she loves it, so there you go. That'll be today. I might read. I don't know. I did my yoga yesterday, too. Did I mention that? No. I've been doing my yoga every day. It's working out great. I did my arms this morning on my second cup of coffee. I'm having the Mexican coffee from Verena. My arms, can you tell? No, me neither. But I'm using my grinder for my second cup. I'm not using it for my first cup because I have one that's ground with electricity and one that's ground by my arms. And I always have been picking the second cup to be my arms because, you know, I'm not quite awake. I just want my coffee right away. That's it. So that works out. Meanwhile, yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good. Sunny day does not hurt. We have a load of laundry in the washer, which will be out on the line later. I have to do some watering. My impatiens that are in my window box on my shed are looking wilty, so I will need to water them. I rarely water them. In fact, I haven't watered them all summer. They're in the shade and they tend to stay moist, but they're looking wilty today. So it has been a long time. I guess I gotta go water my forsythia. I've been watering here, and I probably should water them again today too. Now I got the hiccups. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I will talk to you tomorrow. I have to go do my yoga. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Heal up those of you who are in recovery for all the things. Please, sending all the healing thoughts to everyone. Please take care of yourselves. Stay safe and stay sane.